because X happened to me, I am now Y, right?
Yeah.
Um, and in order to really heal, we have to go back into that story that we've probably adopted for decades or for years, and we have to rewrite it. And the only way to rewrite it is to go back and relive the experience, for what it was, for what actually happened, and then rewrite a new story. And this is what a lot of the plant medicine work is about. This is what a lot of the psilocybin treatment work is about. And this work can be done with no medicine. There's many methods and modalities, but for me personally, for the path of my wife and myself, the plant medicine has definitely helped us heal in a more effective and profound way. So for anybody that's, for veterans with PTSD or anybody that has a lot of trauma or some really deep stuff that they want to work through, these plants and these mushrooms are truly our allies. And they can really assist us if they're being held in a safe space and a really safe container. It can bring a lot of things to the surface that you would have a difficult time bringing up to the surface otherwise. Granted, these
Mhm.
substances might not be for everyone, but I think there are allies nutritionally and exercise and yoga and meditation. So for everyone's healing, there is a corresponding antidote or ally that they can run with and they can work with that's going to assist them on an everyday path or on a once a month path or once a year path, even like doing a deep journey, for example. So I would say that's what the healing process is about. It's about reliving these experiences, which can be very scary. But for those who have the courage and the perseverance to say, hey, I don't want to carry this anymore. I don't want to run around. I don't want to walk around, other people, and I don't want to be, a person that's carrying this trauma or this thing that is no longer true. So we've really reached a point where we refuse to continue to live in pain, and we're ready to do whatever it takes to face that trauma and to face that pain that we once experienced. And what we're really doing, it's
So,
about personal freedom. We're setting ourselves free.
so correct me if I'm wrong, but it's for you. It was hitting that point where enough was enough. Was the first part. Like this is something I can't face. I can't continue to push away. And for you, it was actually just brought all up in a moment without you like making that conscious choice, but getting to a point where you can't push it away, and then you say reliving the experience, and then changing the story. Is that in your experience, was that stripping, like acknowledging the experience for what it was and stripping it of everything you've said it meant? Is that what you're saying?
Hmm. What experience in particular are you talking about? Mine or yours, or just in
Um,
general?
we could let's it was in general. Let's go with how your experience. You said you dealt with trauma as a kid and then having to face that. And you said the one of the biggest things was reliving that, or how you work through that healing process was like reliving that trauma and taking and telling yourself, or coming out of it with a different story. Is that reliving or revisiting the facts of what happened? So and so did this happened, this is, and the outcome, but then stripping away the story of what
Hmm.
that actually means. For personal example, that would be, okay, sure, I was sexually abused by so and so. They put their hands on me in this way, and then stripping the story being, that doesn't mean that I am unlovable. That doesn't mean that I am not seen. It doesn't mean these other things. Is that
Right.
what you're talking about?
Yes, and there's another thing I didn't mention before, and that's
Okay,
taking personal
cool.
responsibility, right? So it's saying, okay, okay, this happened to me. I'm going to release the pain around it. I'm going to forgive the person. I'm going to forgive myself. And once we realize that forgiving ourselves is our personal responsibility, we can really move forward with our life. So our healing is our responsibility, right? And you know, even if we have, PTSD and we went to war, like, we got one life to live in this lifetime, right? So we got one life to live, and once you have access to the medicines that are available and you have the opportunity to heal, why wouldn't you do it, right? And the only answer that I have for that is fear, right? Is fear, because a lot of a lot of people are scared to face their own trauma. I would say the majority of this country, in some sense or another, is not willing to really take a deep look at themselves. And I know this is changing, and I believe that this is what the Great Awakening is about. It's we need about 11 to 15% of the population to be the leaders of the leaders, right? So then, that's how history is written. This documentary I just watched called The Great Awakening, it was excellent. It basically says, 1%, history is written by 1% of the population, but it's forged by 15% of the population. So I definitely see myself as a leader, and I see myself as a speaker and somebody that needs to share his story as part of that 15%, uh, in order to awaken my brothers and sisters out there, and the rest of humanity in a good way, and
Hmm.
just leading with courage and leading with, these things are really here to help you. And I really believe that God put plant medicine. He specifically, creator designed this natural ecosystem and the Amazon rainforest and the mycelial kingdom, and all of these amazing things are so intricate, complex, and just incredibly intelligent. Like, how could it be a mistake? You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, how could God do this?" Well, for every really negative, atrocious thing that's happened, there's also the corresponding anecdote, right? The corresponding miracle or beautiful thing. And I do believe in miracles.